Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole bringing you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on what time you are watching this live. Hello, crew. Hope all is well. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. So, if some of you guys have been following me for a very long time, you probably already know where I'm going to go with this. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to last watching this show. Is that a surprise? Probably not. Probably not. Um, I'm all for entertainment. I'm all for good reality TV. But when it gets to the point where family drama takes a turn for the worst, like a dark turn, yeah, I think I'm going to check out. And I'm starting to think that somewhere besides her own daughter, someone either wants to get rid of Jackie or break her until no end. And I find it interesting because I don't understand why people feel like, and again, I haven't watched every season for you guys who have watched every season, you can let me know. I understand drama, but when it comes to family dynamics, I do believe people need to stay out of it. I don't know if Jackie has ever really butted into other people's family business when it comes to their daughters or their kids. I don't know if she's ever done that, but I just find it interesting that everyone wants to chime in on her situation with her daughter, and everybody else got their own drama going on in their own lives. Like Evelyn, for her to make the comment that Chantel shouldn't even talk to her own mother again, to me was the most demonic, evil, twisted stuff that you could have said to someone, especially when you have a daughter yourself. The fact that they all keep pushing about this situation, and it definitely is not coming from a loving place at all. It feels like they are trying to take Jackie, the queen of this show, because she is the queen of this show. They're trying to take her down to the point where either Doug is going to tell her she needs to leave the show. She may decide to leave the show, but she just may not do it just because I think she knows they want her to do it. But Doug may tell her to step down from the show, and then Chantel can take her place, which at that point, they can just end the show altogether because Jackie is the show. People at this point see this show because of Jackie. Point blank, period. Evelyn does not, in my opinion, have higher ranks than Jackie on this show. People come for Jackie and how she likes to stir the drama. But to me, her drama is typical drama. Y'all let me know if she's ever chimed into family business like that, the way that they're trying to stir the pot. And this Denise girl, this new girl, I know Denise has to be Chantel's age, if not younger. And the way that she talked to Jackie and the way that she disrespects Jackie, yeah, I would like to know who raised her. Because there's a way for you to have your opinions on a situation, but the way that she done dropped F-bombs and the way that she has completely just came at her crazy and completely just disrespected her, I'm not feeling that at all whatsoever. Like, I'm not. The problem that I have is that now, even outside of this show, things have taken a dark turn. As you guys know, the last time I talked about this, Chantel was trying to say, I don't need to do things for a story view, and you guys are just purposely trying to not understand what I'm saying. And of course, Jackie's oldest daughter chimed in on the situation as well. Well, the problem is this has definitely taken even a darker turn, and I just don't want nothing to do with it at this point because I don't know what's true and what's not true, but what I do know is the fact that all of a sudden this now wants to come out on the season that Chantel is on is really disturbing me. So what am I talking about for those who may not know? Chantel decided after the oldest daughter, Takari, made her comments in regards to Chantel using her history with her mom as her storylines, pretty much implying that Chantel did not have that situation growing up with Jackie. Takari did. Chantel decides to make a statement on her page and said, I made general statements highlighting the fact that all three of us have had our bad feelings about her, whatever those feelings may be. Nobody mentioned you by name, nor do I care to speak on your experience. You wrote a whole book about it. To say that nobody mentioned you by name, and yet the boy, from my understanding, has never been on the show, but she has been on the show. Takari has been on the show trying to discuss how she felt. People clearly thought and knew who you were talking about, Chantel. Like, we're not stupid. Now, she says, now here you are with a screenshot from 2017 with no context. You want to tell these people why I went no contact with you? Was it because you were asking me to send you money when my now 8-year-old was only a few days old? No care or consideration for the horrific birthing experience I had just had. Or maybe because you used to SA me under the guise of playing house. I'm sure you remember all those times because I do. So I dare you to say I'm lying. I can keep going because I'm 32 with kids of my own now, and I will lay everyone's SHIT bare. Find you something safe to do. Okay. I'm not saying the girl is lying. However, I find it very interesting that she wants to bring this up now. And it seems to me that she only brought it up because Takari pretty much said she was trying to use her pain as a come up on the show. Now, from my understanding, Takari and Chantel are not that far apart. I don't think they're even 5 years apart. Maybe even less than that. But you guys who know this family dynamic by all means, let me know. So if that did happen, chances are the reason why Takari did that is because she learned it from somewhere. She was probably too young to maybe even know what she was doing was wrong because maybe that happened to her. If it happened, what I do know is that now at this point, things are just, this is not entertainment anymore for me. It's just not. It's like, is this at this point, you guys are willing to have ratings over this family dynamic that is clearly a hot mess at this point? And I understand in this episode, Jackie made it seem like she had some tea on Shanice and Evelyn, which I'm sure she probably does, because you're not going to be able to tell me that dynamic between Evelyn and Shanice is perfect. But for whatever reason, Evelyn feels like she needs to chime in on Chantel and Jackie's situation. But as soon as someone mentions Shanice, they don't even have to say her whole freaking name. They just say shit. And she all of a sudden talking about something. You talking about my daughter. Why you talking about my daughter? That I find it interesting that you feel like no one can talk about your daughter, but you can talk about everyone else's family dynamic. But this situation where she is literally saying that when they were younger, there was an SA situation. Now, Takari has pretty much said she's getting her lawyers involved at this point. And I don't blame her. Because after all this time, and now you want to come with like a get back comment because of what Takari said. Now you want to expose what she did to you when you were kids. Like I told y'all, I'm not feeling Chantel. I'm not. Whoever brought her on this show, I feel like it was they want to take Jackie down. Bottom line. Like I really think whoever decided, and it could have been, you know who, the witches of the West, decided to put Chantel on there because honestly, this is the drama. And honestly, the main common denominator in all of this drama is Evelyn. Evelyn got beef with Jackie and trying to say what she needs to do when it comes to her own child. Evelyn got an issue with Jennifer talking about what she needs to do with her own husband. Evelyn is the common denominator in the situation. But I really feel like someone decided the best way for us to take Jackie down or to just get her off of this show, because it's not going to be worth it, is to bring her daughter on. And Chantel was game. I really don't think that Chantel came on this show to really try to reconcile with her mother. I think she wanted to embarrass and punish her mother. Bottom line. Now, for some of you guys, you may think this is Jackie's karma. I don't know enough about their dynamic, and maybe it's her karma for how she treated Takari allegedly. And since Chantel was considered, I guess, the golden child, now her golden child is pretty much treating her horribly on this show and really attacking her in all ways. And Jackie keeps trying to disengage and say, I'm not about to do it. And that's primarily also probably because of Doug in the background saying, don't do it. The only time at this point that I think I want to watch this episode or watch this show is when hopefully the two-piece herd around the world happens, when Jackie finally has had enough and has to check Chantel, because at the end of the day, that is still her child. That will probably be the episode that I will watch if they actually show us the whole entire scene. Because at this point, I feel like Chantel really deserves it. She has truly taken it upon herself to have all of those women at the table to come and pretty much attack her mother. This is really what it is at this point. She is really trying to have everybody and their mother come at her mother for their dynamic, whatever it may be. And let's not forget, Chantel has kids. So the way that you coming at your mama, oh, please believe me, that can be the same situation that's going to happen to you. And please help me understand why Brittany is involved in this. See, I knew that whole I have found, you know what I'm saying, religion and I found peace was some BS. And from my understanding, allegedly, the only reason why she went that way is because of her marriage that only lasted for 10 minutes. She's so fake and phony. And the fact that she's like, I'll be waiting, like she's trying to have Chantel's back. Girl, sit down. Worry about your own drama with your own mama who allegedly took your money. And for someone who claims to be about God and having so much peace in her life, this should not be something that you even want to get yourself involved in. So at this point, you guys, it's too messy. It's too messy. Hey, Kashari, it's too messy. It's too ignorant. Once you start talking about essay and y'all exposing this on social media and on a reality TV platform, it's gotten above and beyond entertainment at this point. For me, okay? I'm all for, getting, people engaged in my videos, getting views. But to me, when something don't sit well with me, it's time for me to remove myself. And I don't know about y'all, but when you get to the point where you got sisters sitting up there talking about essay and going that gutter low for everyone to have a public opinion on it, I think the worst thing that Takari said is that you're using my storyline. So how do we go from using my storyline to you sitting up there saying that she essayed you? Oh, but at the same time, did mention, I think a couple of times, that she asked for money. So how do we go from asking for money to now essaying? And then she's saying the whole playing house thing, which kind of gives me Krishan Rock vibes on what she said to her own sister. Again, I'm not saying that this girl is lying, because that's one thing that y'all know I don't play about. I don't play about essay. I don't play about DV. Unfortunately, though, we live in a sick and twisted world. Will people lie about that? Yes. Yes. We are that dark and just demonic in this society today, where you have people who will lie about that. Especially if the victim card can get them more attention, views, and money. So while I'm going to say I don't know what their dynamic is and what actually happened, is it possible that people are lying just for the sympathy and views of it all? Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's not just for Chantel, that's just for anyone. Because if she did this to you, why didn't you stop talking to her so long ago? You making it seem like the reason why you really stopped talking to her was because she asked you for money right after you gave birth to your child and didn't have no regards to what happened. So you say that, but then say, oh, it's because you essayed me. And again, I don't think they're that much far apart. So let's just say if, I don't know, Chantel was 7 and Takari was 10 or 11, where did an 11-year-old learn that behavior from? Where did a 10-year-old learn that behavior from? So it has to go deeper. It really has to go deeper, but Jackie's family drama should not be for entertainment purposes in this situation, because I don't think there's anyone on this show who has had family drama like this exposed. And y'all let me know, because there are definitely several seasons that I did not watch. This is not good family drama. This is a hot mess. It's not cool. And then y'all wonder why, even though there was a lot of people who had an issue with that, you wonder why I sat up there and had Chantel's face, Evelyn's face, and Shawnee's face calling them witches. This is witch behavior. You just don't do stuff like this. Because if you really are trying to heal, reality TV and social media is not the way. It's just not. So Chantel, to me, has a vendetta on all forms about her mother, her sister. Like, at this point, I'm like, who do you like? It seems like she hates all the women in her family, but has a high regard for her father and her brother. But yeah, honestly, this show has taken a turn for the worse since Chantel has come on this show. Sorry, but it has. Chantel did not make this show better. At this point, it's a turnoff. It is. Highlights from this actual episode, none. I mean, that dating segment was corny. Denise is making this issue about her because she doesn't have a storyline for herself. Talk about your own baby daddy dynamic. But she don't want to talk about that. She just want to attack Jackie, who's old enough to be her mother. Brandy ended up going to Joyce in downtown LA for a seasoning tasting, but it still ended up being about Jackie. So, I mean, it was just like they wanted to sit down and force her to talk about it. I understand that she's on a show. I get it. I understand she's on a show, and it's all fair game when people are on shows. But what I'm saying is that there was definitely some calculated demonic stuff going on with why someone brought Chantel on the show. Someone went back from that season when she decided to talk to Laura Govan and Evelyn about her drama with her mother and said, this will be the drama. If it ain't Jennifer, it can be this drama. But see, especially with someone claiming to be a born-again Christian, like Shawnee, I guess, is claiming to be she a first lady and has no problem being on this show, and this type of drama, a family, because if you Christian, you don't play about families. When it comes to this type of deep-rooted issues, you more than anything, you're supposed to pray and help them. The fact that you are making money off of this, okay, Miss First Lady, I still need to find out what church she's the first lady at and where her actual husband preaches at, so I don't go. Because that tells me right there everything I need to know. Everything I need to know. So with that being said, yeah, and as far as that is concerned, Evelyn, of course, keeps saying that, Jackie don't need to talk about her daughter. I don't know if Jackie's ever going to carry or find out what the bone is or tell us what the bone is. What's the dang on girl's name? Ty, pretty much being the bone carrier to create drama. Same thing with Ming. It's like they are all trying to find any way to get Jackie to lash out or to get her off this show. She's probably the highest paid basketball wife. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Because Shawnee isn't like a lead person. She pops in and out. Jackie is the queen honcho. But one thing about coming after a queen or king, as the saying goes, if you come for the king or the queen, you best not miss. And I feel like they truly think that this is going to be a way to take her down. They may have some serious backlash doing what they're doing right now. Real talk. These episodes are boring. They're boring, and now it's gotten to the point where it's like y'all really truly willing to go this dark over clicks and views, and I'm not about to do it. Not me. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Are y'all still gonna watch the show? For those who continue to watch the show, y'all just let me know when that 2-piece special, that stick and move moment happens between Jackie and Chantel. If they actually show it, because I think it's long overdue. That's probably the reason why Chantel is the way that she is now, because she didn't get enough whoopings growing up. I don't care for people who may say, "Oh, that's you're promoting violence." Look, I got whoopings growing up, and they did some good. They definitely made sure that I didn't fall out of line and I stayed in line. And that's probably what Chantel's problem is also. She claims she was scared of her mother, the way she operating. She not scared of her mother. She not scared of her mother. She was allowed to do whatever she wanted to do in that house and probably hid behind her daddy to do it. And Jackie just let it go. But now Jackie probably realizes that she created a monster. So with that being said, you guys, I'm sure you guys are not shocked. I'm done. Once you start talking about that type of stuff and talking about SA, this ain't even entertainment no more. It's not cute. And hopefully they eventually get it together if that's the real reason that she's crying out for help. If that's the real reason, hopefully, they get it together. But something tells me there's something more sinister behind this, and it's really not about trying to bring the family together. This is about a divide and conquer. This is about them doing everything they can for clicks and views and just creating unnecessary BS. Like this to me, when you start messing with family, I wouldn't want that karma in my world. When you're purposely trying to divide families, yeah, I wouldn't want that. Sorry. But with that being said, you guys, I just wanted to give my quick review so y'all won't be like, why you haven't talked about Basketball Wives? I'm talking about it. Yeah, I'm talking about it now. Y'all may be a little annoyed that I am not constantly going to do reviews, but I don't know. Are y'all not tired of the same everybody hates Jackie and everybody just wants to come for Jackie mode? Like, isn't it getting tired at this point? Y'all actually think Chantel grouping together in front of all of these women to talk to her mom, about certain things, like y'all think that's cool? I don't know. Like, again, and I'm not saying to keep dark family secrets hidden. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that there's a better way to heal than putting it on reality TV. Reality TV makes it worse. But again, if you have a certain agenda behind coming on reality TV, then yeah, this would be perfect for you. Because at this point, I'm starting to think that she wants her mother to get off this show so she can be on the show by herself. But there's no show without Jackie. Evelyn can't carry this show. Jackie carries this show. Period. I wouldn't be shocked if Chantel is jealous about that too. Because at the end of the day, her mother is a hoot. Ain't no denying it. Jackie is definitely different, but Jackie is good entertainment. She has been on this show since the beginning. She has not left. So clearly she has a huge fan base. So with that being said, you guys, I appreciate you guys for listening. Let's keep the conversation going. Like, seriously, what do you guys think about this season? Now that you see that this is getting very twisted about SA and the sisters going at it, and then Jackie is, y'all let me know. And again, honest opinions, again, as long as you're respectful, even if you disagree with me, by all means, just let me know why. But I just feel like in my spirit, I ain't got time for this. Like, when you talk about that type of stuff, enough is enough, and I'm going to separate myself from the situation. But with that being said, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to go live later on this evening. Just wanted to touch on this, but please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Toodles.